So here we go. Is the relationship over if the marriage proposal is declined?
First off,
If she said no to the ring,
listen. So I'm saying bye-bye.
No vagina is whack or dry. You just don't turn her on. I'm jugular out the gate, bro. Let's get into this.
Dating someone you can have fun with is really unmatched. That's in my top 3. If I can't have fun with you, I don't even know how this thing gonna work.
hey, bro, give us the other 2. Fun and what else?
Nah.
All right, no, don't worry. It's all good. What else?
That's why you can't tell your brother stuff in confidence, because they go,
Let's normalize bragging about women like this.
Hey, now.
go back. I'm being honest. I feel like she started feeling the beat a little bit.
Are you guys brutally honest with your friends, or do you hold back in order not to hurt their feelings?
The honesty is not the brutal part. The brutal part is how the person perceives your honesty.
If you're dating a narcissist at Christmas, you had better run.
As Mike would say, same old show, just a new year. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But guess what? We still gonna enhance it.
Welcome to another episode of Maybe This Will Help.
I'm scared of dating, because what if we don't break up?
Or you could just send them a message and say, man, have you seen I lost my feelings for you?
Damn. Have you ever struggled with the breakup?
I've told some people, like, you know what, I can't do this shit no more.
Great person, but you just not for me.
Someone said, real growth starts when you're tired of your own shit. What we've been talking about, man, just being able to look in the mirror first.
The only toxic relationship I ever had is the one I had with myself. Everyone else was just a reflection of that.
Come on, Jesus.
Golly, what more do you need to say? You attract more opportunities once you are calm, because no one wants to deal with people who lack emotional control.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Maybe This Will Help.
I thought we was mature in 2022. That's my bad.
Maybe this will help. Will this help you?
Don't forget the maybe, baby. Don't forget
Hey,
the
listen.
maybe, baby.
All
Don't
I'm saying is we
forget
need to get in the
maybe,
studio.
baby.
Welcome to another episode of Maybe This Will Help.
That was solid. That was a solid intro.
Yeah, hey.
We do what we can, bro. We do what we can.
Did it make you want to dance and pop lock?
100%. 100%. I feel like you got it. You good though. I feel like you did it enough for everybody. Hey man, do y'all ever? We've heard these intros at least 100 times, but it seems like every time they come on, it's like, man, that was good. I see something in one of the videos, like, dang, that was really.
It doesn't get old, man. It doesn't get old.
It does
No,
not.
man. It's solid. It's a classic, man. Those are we're gonna be 60 years old. I mean, pull up the video. Pull up. Remember we used to on the Facebook and the YouTube, man. Pull up the video.
The Facebook, huh?
Mm-hmm.
God,
Yeah. We're gonna show Mike's grandchildren. We used to be hippity hop. Let me show you something.
Yep.
We had the sauce. We had the sauce in the 2023. Hey,
buddy.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Maybe This Will Help, the podcast. Maybe this will help. Will this help you? Don't forget the maybe, baby. Thank you guys for not forgetting the maybe, baby tonight. Where we at? January 29th, 2023. We're about to get into another episode. If you guys joined us last week, we did something different. We did videos throughout the whole hour. Might do it again. We don't know. We're about to have some fun tonight. We got 3 of the 4 in the building. Kerry won't be with us tonight. Praying for him where he is, though. But if y'all ready to rock with us, jump in the chats. Say what's up. Tag your friend. Tell them to join you over here and get your favorite snack. And get ready to have some fun joining in the conversation, man. Relationship talk you can relate to. We happy y'all here. We about to take about 10 minutes to check in ourselves. You guys are being exposed to what we do, a portion of what we do in private. We not 100% just sharing everything with y'all because some of the stuff we do is extremely valuable and you're not worth it. But we're going to give you guys just a little bit enough that may help tonight. Brother, like bomb, we just doing it in the public eye. So, fellas, let's check in, man.
Cool. I'll start.
All right.
Let's see. This has been a busy week for me. I just finished. Last week I had class last week, Saturday and Sunday. And I had class also this weekend too, Saturday and Sunday.
Lamar's class?
No, not Lamar's class, bro. I ain't ready to deliver no babies yet, and I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't rubbing on no stomach to deliver babies just yet. It's coming.
You never thought about going to Lamar's class and see who just need a partner?
Hey, yeah, that's a good idea. I
wonder if there's an ad in the newspaper like you got a deadbeat dad, he don't want to come to Lamar's class with you. You can buy it like that's probably I got to be at least $35 an hour just to come in there and tickle a little navel.
So do you sit behind her? Or do you sit in front of her?
You do it all, man. Wet willy and everything, bro. You bonded with the baby. And then for an extra tip, maybe 15, you could show up when she delivered for some skin to skin time.
Go ahead and do your check-in, Dub. I mean,
damn it.
Yep.
Anyway, I had class and I finished that class up. It was just an extra certification that I needed, that I need to refresh. So I did that, and I had a lot going on this weekend, or this week rather, just trying to put stuff together. Some of you may know, or you guys may know, I've been off for a while on disability. Tomorrow I make my return, so I get back in the field.
Return of the Mac. Yeah. Return of the Mac.
So yeah, I get back in the field tomorrow. So back on these projects, man. Back on these projects, building our county.
That's what's up.
So that's where I'm at, man. I got a really, really early start tomorrow. But I'm happy to get back in the field. You know what I mean? So
because you were a foreman, you were in charge of a lot of the building of the subways that we have in Los Angeles. Can we just contact you if something's wrong, if we have an issue? Can we just reach out to you?
No, brother.
No, because you were in charge of a lot of those projects.
Some areas, not all of them. Some areas.
I had
high areas.
Donnie, we're gonna drop E's number in the chat. His personal cell phone. Anytime y'all have a problem with any railways, anywhere in California, just
anywhere in California.
Wow.
1-800 Dub did it.
Wow.
He'll be there in 30 minutes or less to fix it.
No. First off, we're gonna fix that because I'm an electrician, so I was in charge of my portion of the electrical part of my portion. Right? Don't try to listen. Y'all not about to have me responsible for that whole Crenshaw Metro line or regional connection downtown. Nope, ain't happening. I did my portion.
All right, bro.
So,
that's fine.
1-800 Dub did it. Damn.
1-800 Dub did it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Put that on the t-shirt, Mike.
Right. That's it, man. That's my check-in, man.
Oh, man. That's pretty good.
Go ahead, Mike. You ready?
Yeah, man. Man, busy. I've been real busy. My kid started basketball, so I decided to start coaching that. It's so interesting. I've never been interested in coaching until my son got interested in sports. And every sport he started being interested in, I felt like I needed to be there, be hands-on. And I think, you know what I'm saying? I think that's because my dad wasn't hands-on like that with me. Like, he'd show up to the games and, it'll be that. But it was never like, let's go to the park and practice, or, you know what I'm saying? Do you want me to coach your team? Things like that. So I feel like with him, especially since his mom is not around, I almost feel like I have a duty to be a hands-on parent with him. You know what I mean? But it's been great, man. It's been wonders for our relationship, me and him, our bond. You know what I mean? Just having that time with me and him, and then when Jay comes to the park, it's just been a great experience lately for me as far as parenting goes.
You know what's really interesting though? When I was a kid growing up, man, I played a lot of sports. And, usually before the season started, coaches were already selected. I'm just really interested in finding out how every sport your son plays, somehow you just bully your way into the coach's seat.
That's what it is.
I don't understand. There had to be coaches before the team was formed. And how do you always end up being the coach? You did it for football. I think you did it for ballet. You do it for basketball now. How do you end up being the coach?
Like you said, just this is what I'm going to do.
I'm the tallest. So I'm the coach.
Yeah, pretty much. And then they're just like,
hey,
oh, okay.
Does it have something to do with you being hands on? I think that's I think that's frowned upon, bro.
Yeah, that's good.
That was good. That was good.
Where you get your coaching style from the Catholic Church?
Wow.
Yikes.
Back to my damn check-in.
There we go.
Yeah. Other than that, just working hard. Then got a couple gigs coming up, and
your printing services, working hard doing that.
I feel like this is a setup question.
I just want people to know all the things that you do.
No, not my printing.
Mike has enough money, you guys. I'm sorry for that. Go ahead, bro.
Wow. Not my printing services.
Okay.
Yeah, that you know what? That's my check-in too.
Tommy ain't got no job. That's cool. Tommy ain't got no job. We done asked Mike multiple times where you work at. He never gave us a straight answer.
I told y'all Cyprus. I told you Cyprus.
The whole city.
That's where I work, over there somewhere.
That brother's a bounty hunter for expired child support.
That's why hands on.
That's that. There you go, Dub. With the assist.
Yep.
I had to get hands on with these brothers. That's fine.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Now, what you got to say, man?
I don't even think I should check in tonight. I think we should get into the show. No, I'm solid, bro. It was a solid weekend, man. Oh God, yeah, it was a good weekend, bro. Good Sabbath. Went on another date this weekend, so that was good. Man, did some recording today. You guys know the other podcast, the Imagine Faith podcast for high performers. Mike, don't make a face.
I don't, because the one time I watched it, I fell in love with it. So I'm all for it.
Cool. So yeah, we just started recording season 2 over there. It's just a podcast for those who don't know, it's a podcast for high performers. We just look at high performance from a biblical approach, so people can, the whole idea is that you don't have to sell your soul to obtain your dream. So we had some fun today, bro. We bring it in our personal story. So my boy was talking about being in med school and how he became a musician and just all that stuff. And I was definitely talking about the strip club. Oh, but we was rolling in there today. It's talking about like entrepreneurship in the strip club. And anyway, it was good, man. So I had a good solid weekend, man. I had a few things on my heart and my mind this week, but the gym is a sanctuary, bro. Like if you don't work out, like just go and sit. No, don't go and sit in the gym. I don't like people who do that, but get a workout regimen, man. Like it does wonders for you physiologically, biologically, spiritually. I just been hanging out in the gym. Even after my workout's done, I've been on the Stairmaster and I'm like, man, what else could I do today? It's been a safe haven for me for like a month or two now. Like it was back in the day, Dub, when we used to be at that gym for like 3-4 hours. So yeah, man, besides that, I'm good. I decided I'm probably gonna trade my car in. Just going through, just some different processes in my head and just a lot of things. So I'm just I'm taking it one day at a time, but sometimes it takes a while to like dig down to the root of what you feel, what you think you should do, and then what God said. And and I just been being gentle and giving myself. It's tricky.
Man, that could be
bro. It can be, but I've been showing myself a lot of grace, taking my time, and allowing myself the freedom to change my mind, and not forcing myself to have it all figured out, and especially not immediately. I've been in a good space, man. I got a new code that I tell myself now: just go take a shower, because I forgot that God always speaks to me. Like when I'm in the bathroom, I'm taking a shower or something. Like so, when I don't get confused, not go take a shower. And it's something like I've been hearing real clearly in the bathroom and in the shower these last like 4 or 5 days. So yeah, man, I'm in a good place. I'm content. I'm solid, and I'm ready to get into this show, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's up to everybody out in the audience? Allie, we see you, man. It's been years since I've seen you in the gym. That used to be good. Jay, hello, Jay. Hello, Shayla. Hello, Sasha. Amber. No, we're not doing that tonight. All right, fine.
No.
All right, that's cool.
This nigga, but it just the accent gradually came on though.
Yeah, it did just kind of
got worse and worse.
It usually, and I'm always Irish at the end of any accent. I don't care what I start with. It could be. It always ends up Irish. It's in my blood. Y'all ready to get to the show tonight? Yep. Hey, can we do videos again? Or do we have to? What do y'all want to do?
Whatever we want to do. I'm cool with that.
Wanna have some fun. Hey, yeah. All right, I got one for y'all. Let's start with this one. This should be fun. All right, because some of y'all like big girls.
I think you should diet.
What?
Just think it's time for you to diet.
Can you explain?
I mean, it'd probably boost your self-esteem. You probably feel a lot better.
Uh-huh.
I mean, most women at this point get tired of it.
Tired of what?
Tired of the blonde hair. I mean, aren't you ready for like brunette or even red? I like redheads. I mean, you've been talking about it. What?
Oh, I thought I was gonna murder you today.
I think you should diet.
That was pretty good.
Yo, that was smooth.
Yeah,
but real talk though, if your girl needed to go on a diet, would you tell her straight face?
100%.
Take your ass to the gym, work out.
Damn. Okay, I was gonna ask for a direct quote, but that's good. All right, you guys are ready tonight. 100%. Just
Yeah.
Okay. So we see how Dub would say it. Mike, how would you say it?
How would I say it?
You was a little heavy last night.
I wouldn't say it like that.
Oh, you want to change your answer?
No. I'm not changing my answer. I'm not changing my answer at all. But I wouldn't be so. I wouldn't, say nothing like that. Like my thing now is, I let people do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, hey, health benefits and, you got to take care of yourself and stuff like that. But if a person don't want to, they just don't want to, and I can't force them. You know what I'm saying? No matter how, if you know what I'm saying, if I want them to look better, if I want them to, you know what I'm saying, to get in better shape, whatever, I can't force nobody to do anything like that. And I realize that. So all I can just say, hey, work on trying to be a little bit healthier, or, whatever the case may be. But if she want to be big, you know what I'm saying, even if I don't like it, what can I say? Hey, you got to cut that shit out because you're getting a little too big. I really can't say anything.
Let's level the playing field, because this is always one-sided conversation. What if she's too skinny and you want her to thicken up? What would you tell her?
I can say the same thing. I can tell her, hey, I like thick. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I can say what I like. Right.
Look at your friend Tina, right? And so you can't say that. Just
you can. You know what I'm saying? You can. Like for me, I'm gonna tell you like this. For me, anybody that I date, that I mess with, no, I don't like skinny. They know that. You know what I'm saying? I make that plain and clear. Like, I do not like skinny. You know what I mean? So if I say something like, hey, I think I need to start feeding you, that's letting you know, you know what I'm saying, you slimming down.
A little passive.
But on the flip side of that, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, it's time to get healthy. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get healthy. And if they don't want to do that, then they just don't want to do it.
It's a dent in your side of the bed. We need to.
Jesus Christ.
Damn it.
Yep. You told him this is the energy to bring tonight, Dub. I blame you. You started it. before the show started, you said yes. Let's go with this energy, and this nigga Donnie took that to heart. Golly.
Yeah.
Yo, my ex, bruh, this is crazy though, because we had I had to tailor how I said things to her, but I saw her from a size like 0, I think it was like 0 to an 11. Like she fluctuated between all those sizes in the span of our relationship. And I mean, I loved her at every size. Yes, I had my preferences, but it really gave me an opportunity to see like, yo, once you really into somebody, that starts to weigh a little less, but it stays in the back of your mind. So you should speak on it to some degree. You should always speak on it.
I feel like so for me, I feel like you should know your partner. Like with me and Jay, I'll say let's work out together. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Especially if I know it's something, if it's something that she wants to do, but maybe doesn't have the drive, maybe doesn't know how to work out. I mean, it's a lot of things that go along with becoming healthy. A lot of people get discouraged because they walk in the gym and it's like this too much and they leave.
No, it's because some people be gassing them up online.
That too.
Right. It's easier with girls who wear wigs though. You know what I'm saying? So you could, when she can't fit her wig no more, that's kind of a great indicator that she's gained too much weight.
Wow. So,
saying that to say, I feel like, you know, if you know your partner, you kind of know how to get at them. You know what I mean? Like Dub's response may work for the type of woman that he ends up with. You know what I'm saying? She may be like, cool, I get it. Let's go. You know what I mean? But, you know, on my side, I might say, hey, let's go together.
But you won't know that until you actually start the conversation. Has that conversation ever gone wrong?
So check this out. When it comes to gaining weight, certain places I don't mind it. Other places, when it becomes certain places, I mind it. And it's just like
wait, you being real vague. You don't mind what in certain places?
Like gaining weight. You know what I'm saying? Like if her legs get bigger, if her butt get bigger, hips get
That was Mike. That was Mike.
That's perfect. But for me, I'm just saying for me, you know what I'm saying? Like if her legs get bigger, her butt get bigger, you know what I mean? Chest get bigger, even arms get bigger. Like women be like, oh my God, my arms are so big. Like that shit don't even be big most of the time. Or it be proportion. But like if her midsection get bigger and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? But
let all the cell out of
what does that mean?
It's like damn, but you have to watch what you say to people because like especially if they don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? If they don't care, like how can I say something to somebody else who don't care about that? How can I just say, hey, you need to lose that? Like, what the fuck you mean I need to lose that? Like, this is part of me. Like, this is who I am, this is what I got going on. And if they don't want to lose that, then it's them. It doesn't mean that I'm happy with it. I can still be like, damn, I wish it was gone. But what can I say to that person? You know,
it wouldn't hinder your willingness to contribute to the relationship. Weight wouldn't. If she was too skinny or too big for you, your preference, it wouldn't change how you engage with her in a relationship.
It wouldn't change how I engage, but just being honest, man, you want to still see something.
But would it change how you engage with her in a relationship, though?
What do you mean?
Like, would you show her less affection? Would you decide that we only gonna eat out at the restaurant once a month now because you won't go to the gym? Like, what kind of are you subconsciously, like, low key, passive aggressively putting her on restrictions to still try to get your way?
I don't put anybody on no restriction, but my attraction is my attraction. If I'm not attracted, I'm not attracted. If I don't look, I don't look. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that I'm a treat her any different.
But she have to just understand that you're looking at other people.
Well, just understand that, like, hey, I want it to be gone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to put a pin in what you just said. Is something wrong with looking at other people?
Huh?
Is something wrong with looking at other people?
If there's not, let me tell you where I come from.
Yes.
Take care of home first. I need to make sure she gets all the attention she needs. Now, if there's extra attention I can give out, then cool. I'll serve that to the community. But if she's not getting what she needs and my attention is going other places,
serve that to the community.
Surplus. It's called a surplus.
444. Hey, this nigga is Goodwill over here.
Not the Salvation Army. Sheesh.
Gosh.
I will serve that to the community.
You asked the question.
I did, and I regret it. Oh yeah, we got any questions, comments?
In the
yeah. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Me too.
Listen, remember when I first started drinking that other cup with the tea in there? Whew, that used to be a good time. Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen out in the comments, in the chat, in the audience, I want to hear. I know we have a lot of ladies commenting now, but fellas, please chime in. If your partner just wasn't the size of your preference, how would you approach that conversation? Because sometimes dudes is, you know what I'm saying, is larger than women want, and that's why he can't get on top. And then sometimes dudes are just too skinny and they're not being chosen because they're too skinny. But like, how do you appearance is important to people. Does that change as you get older? And you're like, man, I don't trip on that. Like, you know, she got the qualities or he got the qualities I need. Or do you still say like, yo, I need you to get your weight up?
Or down.
I recently lost a lot of weight. Yeah. This is the thing I mean about being honest. So people are like, oh, you look so good now. Why didn't you tell me how you really felt about me when I was bigger?
What if they did, but you just didn't pay attention?
No, like, they didn't. I'm not hypothetically. I'm talking for real facts. This is real situation.
No, what about
only, like, no. Only person that told me I need to lose weight was you. You was the only person that ever told me you need to drop about 30. And you said it directly. And I wasn't offended by it, but you said it. And you were consistent with saying I need to drop about 30, 40 pounds. You said it in a loving manner, and I eventually did it. And then all he said was, I told you. And he was right.
Now you look like a right.
Wow. Like a penis. All right. What?
I don't know if I should be on this show tonight. I got to get up early in the morning, especially
what a bobblehead. What we got? Whoa. Bastine says find somebody else. Find easy fix.
Easy.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. You can't really tell somebody, like, if somebody is happy with their own body, whether you like it or not, you know what I'm saying? Like, how could you tell somebody, like, hey, I don't like your body? You know, I mean, you could say it. How could you tell somebody I don't like your body the way it is, and they're happy with their body, or they're okay with it? So it's like, it is what it is, man. Like,
I don't like your body. How did you guys even get in that situation if you didn't like their body for them to even have that conversation?
What if their body wasn't always like that?
I don't like what your body's become.
I personally think that, you know, it's one thing to talk about physical appearance. It's another thing to talk about health. If you're unhealthy, change that shit. Especially if we're married and I'm trying to do life with you. I can't say I can do life with you if you may die at 45 years old because of your weight. Like, no, we're going to get in the gym and fix that shit.
See, that's why you can't marry anybody outside of your race.
I don't want to talk to Donnie no more tonight.
What I'm saying though, like I just imagine, like, you know, the white girls I've dated before, they can't tell them to lose weight because I want to grow old with you. Like, you're a black man in America. How old can you really get? You know?
Wow, that's deep. But yeah, pause. But yeah,
a little bit of facts there.
Yeah, 100%.
It's sassy, but I mean, I don't know. I'm so there's things you can control about your weight.
No, you heard what he said. This grown man just said it was sassy. It's gonna be one of them shows, bro.
Dub is struggling. 1-800 Dub did it.
No, you didn't do that. I did not do that. Hold on. Wait.
Okay. Holding the line until you. I don't like your body.
You need to fix that.
You good now, Doug?
I'm a little bit better as long as he don't use sassy no more.
So calmly and just like, sheesh. All right,
DTF said that would bother me unless he is unhealthy. I've been with skinny and extra large. So my thing here is that, there's some things that you can't control that are outside of your ability to control. Like there could be a health issue that you're trying to deal with. Certain medications cause you to gain weight or lose weight. Like there are all these parameters. So I think I'm asking you guys a lot of questions, but from my side of it, it really depends on if this is a result of you being lazy and lacking discipline. Is whatever your body is like, because it can be skinny fat, or it can be, I'm saying, it's a lot of different things. So I'm not really, I like a lot of different body types. I'm saying? I don't have that could work for me. I kind of like everything. What I can't do, or what I would choose not to do, I can't do a lazy person, a undisciplined person.
That's good.
And I don't really want to be with someone who would allow me to fall into that either. Laziness and undisciplined. You know what I'm saying to you? So I think at the end of the day, that's
That's actually, wait, hold on, because that's actually kind of profound what you said. Because sometimes sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, but
thank you, all the time, profound
medical reasons for being overweight or even for being underweight. But with that piece you said about lazy or being undisciplined, that has the undisciplined can be overeating. You're not disciplining yourself to say I've had enough. Or laziness may be, I'm not going to go to the gym, not because I think I look okay, but just because I'm lazy.
She could have a bomb body, but just work all the time. Like bomb body meaning having the curves. But I've met women like that who they don't eat. They haven't eaten all day. Like that's not healthy. Right. You look good, but that's not healthy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying to you? For me, when we talk about longevity, I consider these things because I'm like, what you gonna raise my children to do? How are you gonna have them looking at, health and discipline, all that kind of stuff? Are you gonna be an example of those things? And and I try not to be too hard on people about it, but it is a conversation worth having. I think as I've gotten older and I've gotten different relationships, I've calmed down on that, a little bit, because I used to kind of press it too hard in my 20s. Now I'm a little bit more welcoming, but just certain things like that discipline and mental fortitude, that's just important to me, because we're gonna have to partner in this children and in marriage, and that's just not good partnership for me. I don't want to partner with that.
Agreed.
Yeah, some people work out a long time and they don't get the results, and that's another thing. But I'm gonna keep it pushing. Y'all ready for another video?
Let's go.
All right. Where's it at? I have one that I want to. Oh. See, this will happen last week. Hold on. I got it. I know where it's at. Here we go.
Somebody fine looking nightgown you got on right there.
You like it?
I do.
Thank you.
Come here. But did you buy it with a credit card that you put in Nicole's name?
Well, excuse me for trying to measure up to those freaks that I found.
What the hell are you talking about?
Your porn book, Charles. Gold Coat 9000. Big but luxurious booty back shots, bitches.
Did you find Tiana Trump?
No.
All right, that's good.
I'm trying to make myself vulnerable for you, Charles.
We made those vows we made for better or for worse. And is worse right now. But that does not give you the right to put a keypad lock on that kitty cat.
I remember, Charles, when you used to give me round for round, you would lick it down there and take your time.
You don't shave the same way, baby. You see, I remember when it wasn't no prickle down.
Sometimes I keep it prickly so you won't try to take me with your dick.
What about me? What about my wants? About my needs? Lucille, I remember when you used to like me. I remember I walk in here, drawers on the floor. Lucille, I have a dick and I like to use it on my wife. I poke you, you won't even let me go through the back.
That's all you do is
you don't want me to, I can't even go through the back door, Lucille. The front already locked.
And the back screen door is too. I'm tired, Charles.
And I'm tired of beating off.
Charles.
Shut the up.
Charles. Charles.
Somebody fine looking nice.
Oh,
yes.
Damn it. I'm tired, Charles. And I'm tired of beating off.
Yo, I thought that this video would be appropriate for where this conversation was headed, because you hear so many times about people getting in relationships and letting themselves go. getting married and letting themselves go. And I think we need to have a conversation about it, man. Like this brother was upset. What is it, man? That do you think you could ever be in a position where your partner? Oh, do you, Mike? You've been married before, and so you can answer this. Me and Earl can try to answer it too. But do you think you could ever be in a position where you just don't want to have sex with your wife?
Yes.
No hesitation.
Do share as much as you're willing.
No, yeah.
Yes.
So let's start by clearing the air about this. I think that sometimes women believe that because they have a vagina, that somehow it's automatically going to be great. It's automatically going to be good, or everything. Because I have this, then I'm due some type of something, and that's not the case. So
it don't matter if it doesn't matter at all. Like a body of water, it's the difference between a swimming pool and a cesspool. I got you. I'm following you. Go ahead.
100%. That is true. As far as that goes, though, so I'm the type of person, if our relationship, especially in a marriage, if our relationship is not where it should be, it's going to be hard for me to want to do anything.
It's going to be soft for you to want to do anything.
Right. Exactly. So if we're not on the same page with everything else, sex is going to be
mush in. You got to mush it in, man, because sometimes you got to just push start it.
Hey, Pookie, me too. This is my last show too. Me and Pookie gonna be watching from the sideline from now on.
The lies. The lies. We're getting y'all ready for Valentine's Day. Listen, that's not what you're doing.
Nah. But I think that women sometimes think that because like I'm a woman, you should always want to have sex because yada yada. But I don't know, and I've always been in relationships. Like if we're not vibing, I'm cool. I'd rather not.
Did you feel that way in your 20s?
No.
Yeah, it was different in the 20s. It was like, I don't care if we're not getting along or not. Listen, my body,
I'll go home. Just
my mind's telling me no.
Yeah, but
But my body.
Yeah, but as I've gotten older, like because once you get to a certain age, you've had a lot of.
Wait a minute. That's not an age thing. I took a hell of a break. I'm back.
At the same time, you still had a lot.
I'm 26 below the waist, huh?
What you think about the video?
I'm lost with this dude's comments. This dude is.
No, Mike's trying to sit there and say after a certain age you didn't have enough poontang. Like
I never said enough.
I was abstinent for so long, bro. I'm good. I'm good. Good to go.
I never said enough, but it comes to a point to where you choosy. You know what I mean? Like I could pass that up. I don't really have to chase that because
talk about penis privilege. This brother here. Wow. All right. Mike got options.
Dub, what is going on? I missed the show last week. If something happened during the week that this nigga didn't tell me about, what is going on? Stop. No, don't drink no more there. I think that's the problem. Shit.
Wow, my God. Your brother's aggressive with me. That's fine.
But the fact that you put it down immediately.
I was nervous. Listen, my bad, coach. Dub, do you think you could ever be willing to? We always talk about how the Bible talks about wives not to withhold their body from their husband. Would you withhold yours from her?
No. I wouldn't. I wouldn't withhold it from her, but it'll be more or less like I know I need to get one off, so let me get it off and
this brother.
You're a prostitute tonight. You've been back to his
two-stroke days. Honest. I'm being completely honest. I'm like, man, I know I need to get one off, so you know what I'm saying. Let me just do what I gotta do, and you know what I mean.
Get the rest of the shit out.
Yeah, maybe it's just I don't know. You know what I'm saying. Maybe it's just. Love it. Yep.
Yo, as funny as this is, these are real conversations, man. People are in marriages struggling with their intimacy, man. And I think that we talked about this last season briefly, but not in depth, about how even at church they need to have more conversations about maintaining chemistry, about sexual intimacy, about turning each other on, and the things that you can do with your physical body that can aid in that or can destroy your partner's attraction. Like these things are important. You're not just getting married to someone so that you can read the Bible to them every night and you guys can go out and do missionary work. That ain't it. You can do that as friends. You can sign up for volunteer work at the church for that. You know what I'm saying? There's a Song of Solomon that you need to read and understand. Dub always brings the Song of Solomon up, talking about the young breast or something.
Yeah, God told me to enjoy that meeting. God told me to.
You ain't young no more, bro. That was what you supposed to do.
Hey, you ain't about to make me geriatric already.
Sheesh.
Hey,
look at this though. This is here. Lakeisha said, "Sex as a weapon, or you just turned off." I think that was in reply to what you said, Dub.
Wow.
So, like I said,
sexually
I'm still gonna need to get one off, right? And if that's my woman, you know what I'm saying? If that's my wife, then I'm still gonna get it off. I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna do nothing with you. I may be still pissed off at her. I may still, you know what I'm saying?
But you gotta do it.
Over and go to sleep. Exactly. I got a duty. You know what I mean? So I still see this is how I feel. It's a need for me. It's not just a want.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being the case, since it is a need, it's like I need it.
I've seen a lot of things online talking about how even like the act of sex, because it's so spiritually dedicated to because it's so intimately dedicated to spiritual matters, the bonding of two people, sometimes that can aid in resolving conflicts that you guys have. You know, we don't see eye to eye, try staying hip to hip, and then you can see eye to eye.
Listen.
And the hormones that it releases in your body, that is a connecting measure.
You got to put your DNA in her, huh?
Right. Denim's mom and I, as toxic and messed up as our relationship was, the year after we had separated, we had sex because it just made everything easier. It felt like it made everything easier, to the point to where it was like, well, maybe we should get back together type shit. You know what I mean?
It made everything like what easier?
Just
how much you was gonna pay for child support?
No, I've never played that.
How much she was gonna pay?
Maybe.
You gave her a break because
exactly, which is probably why she don't pay child support.
That brother gave her 50% off because of that new position.
Not because of the new position. But
I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. You know, listen. I got so much to say right now.
Nope. Saying that to say that you have to be careful with that too, and when you're using sex and not actually tackling the actual issue, because sometimes sex can be the rug that you sweep everything under instead of actually, okay, we're not gonna have sex. We're gonna talk about what the fuck going on, and we're gonna solve that.
So listen. Let me tell you my take on things. My take on things is like this: when you get in sex, it's only 20% of the relationship. When you're not getting it, it's 80%. Now, when you not getting it and it turns into that 80%, every little thing you do, no matter how minor, every little thing she does, if she's not giving it to you, no matter how small it is, it makes it magnified, right? But if she's giving it to me, it ain't no big thing. Like, oh, I don't give a shit about that.
Let me ask you a question, Mike. Errol just brought something up, and I don't know, and I'm wondering, is sex different in marriage because you have that God covering than when you're single?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I didn't have that. I didn't have the God covering in my marriage, so I can't even honestly answer that.
All right.
Yeah.
Whoa. We're in the same boat then. All right, moving on.
I'm in the same boat when it comes to that, brother.
Can't teach me a thing. All right. All right. Oh man. All right. Y'all want to talk about the metaphysics of sex, or you want to talk a little bit more about marriage?
I'm good either way.
All right. Let's do this one first.
Marriage doesn't start when you say I do. Your marriage starts when you look over at your partner and you want to kill him. It's the everyday. People don't always marry the everyday. They marry the kind of now, kind of wow. And then it gets to the every single day. The going to bed, the waking up, the taking the grocery, getting the groceries, taking out the garbage, and loving each other through that. And I remember telling a friend of mine who was about to get married, I said, your marriage doesn't start when you say I do. Your marriage starts when you look over at your partner and you want to kill him. You looking at them going for seconds or sometimes minutes or longer. You're thinking, I cannot believe I married this human being. They are driving me crazy. And then the next minute you say, I love them more than anything and I'm sticking with it. Marriage doesn't start.
So I want to clear something up real quick before
let's go for it.
Because I understand what she's saying, but from a biblical aspect, marriage starts once you consummate the marriage, and that's once you have sex.
That's interesting. So you believe that it starts once it's consummated?
Yeah.
I asked this question a while ago.
I can't remember the scripture, but Mike Todd was actually talking about this because I've been watching Relationship Goals. He gave the scripture. So when I find the scriptures out, maybe on the next show.
When you're talking about a covenant bound by blood,
right.
Because he was supposed to be a virgin.
Well,
and so when you have sex with a virgin, the blood is symbolic of the covenant. It was a covenant because even our relationship with God, there was, blood had to be shed. So technically, if she ain't a virgin, y'all ain't never married, huh?
Don't let Errol say what you're about to say,
bro. Errol got excited.
Hey, no, I just got a question.
Well, oh God.
So if that's the case, how many wives do y'all have?
Wow. Wow.
Hey, but that's a legit question because you are connected spiritually to everybody you had sex with.
I plead the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th. I plead the 5th.
How many husbands these women got out here?
Wow.
Wait a minute, men don't bleed. We're talking about the blood covenant. We're talking about signifying that you held yourself off. It was something in the Bible days, man. So I'm supposed to be sitting down with this pastor once a month coming up, and he studies like these kind of stories and these kind of discrepancies between the faith of Christianity. And he's gonna let me ask him certain questions, and he's gonna unpack the biblical and the Hebrew for me to help me understand these things. Because right now there's a lot of things I look at and I have a lot of feelings and interpretations personally, but he's here to try to help me get to the root of things. But it's sometimes like we're trying to follow biblical practice, but we are not even in the culture that practice originated from. And you're having all these issues, wondering why it's not lining up to what the Bible said it would line up to. And she's not a virgin, and you're not an honorable man. And we were talking to a different type of person. So I don't know. It's definitely something. I think these conversations again are necessary. Mike, did you ever want to kill your wife?
Yeah.
And then did you ever just turn around next second and be like, you know what? I love this person more than anything.
100%.
So that's valid in the Bible. I mean, that's valid in the video that we just saw.
Yeah, no, I think and like I said, I understand exactly what she's trying to say, but yeah, I do feel like you really don't, because initially when you're boyfriend and girlfriend or when you're engaged, you know what I mean? You really, even if you guys live together, you really don't have the full scope of what the marriage is going to look like. You know what I mean? And sometimes I guess what she's trying to say is when you get into that first, like maybe it's a disagreement, but a disagreement you guys haven't had before, and it's like, who are you? Why? What was I thinking?
It made me think of like you say you're married, you said your vows, but you don't really know you're married until you have a chance to prove it.
Yeah.
Until those vows are tested, then you're like, I must really love this person because right now, the way that I feel, but I'm gonna really. I know I love them because I'm choosing to honor my vows and my commitment versus doing some other stuff. I could walk out, leave, cheat, whatever.
And it's like that in some regular girlfriend boyfriend type of relationships. We see people all the time, even in my relationship. When
I don't think guys ever going to acknowledge your boyfriend or girlfriend.
No. I don't either. But I'm saying, as far as sometimes that okay, I'm in this to stay. When the shit hits the fan, you like, I could either leave or I can stay, but I'm gonna choose to at least try to figure this shit out.
Yeah, I said that in one of my videos, man. Like, an argument is an opportunity to showcase your commitment.
Ooh, that's good.
Or
oh boy. Or it's an opportunity to tag in her sister. I understand.
Wow. Dev over here shaking his head.
So let me say something else about this video, though. She said, marry your everyday person. She said a lot of people have a tendency to marry that wow now person. Said, who do you want to do everyday life with? Because some women that we come across, like, we are, like, into them, and they're good for a vacation, you know what I'm saying, or a trip, you know what I'm saying. But like, who do you want to tell you, hey babe, do you want to take trash out today? Who do you want to decide what to eat for dinner tonight? Like, who do you want to sit down and decide, like, what school we sending our kid to together?
And that's wild that you say that, because so many married people, I'll say, not just men and not just women, the guy will go for this, he'll have an affair with the secretary who just got the banging body, and has all these things that he wants, and he's going to trips with her, and then he loses out on his wife, and then he regrets it, because it's like, this just, I only wanted her for a little bit of time. I didn't even want her for the rest of my life. I just wanted to go out, hang out, do fun stuff with. You know what I mean? When you could have, I'm just saying, when you could have fixed it, when you could have communicated that to your wife, and she could have became this woman, or it may have been in her the whole time, but she didn't know because you didn't communicate that.
She didn't know she was supposed to be fun as a wife. That's legitimate. That's a legitimate conversation. Some people don't know that fun is part of the commitment. Enjoyable is part of the commitment.
Yeah.
The Bible talks about it in Proverbs. I'd rather live in the corner of an attic than to be in the house with a woman who provokes and starts arguments. You know what I'm saying? I think that like, what do you produce? And the Bible also says that a wise woman builds her house with her words, and a foolish woman tears it down with her words. And I'm not just trying to pick on the women, but we are talking about that right now because that's who we want to marry. And I think it's worth having, again, these conversations, like, yo, not just how much sex you want to have, how many businesses you want to build together, like how much fun do you want to have in the process. Like, fun is a priority. Or you guys know stuff I like to. I like to have fun almost anywhere I can, if it's at a funeral, if we can. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, that's the stuff like my mind thinks about when I'm like, who should I pick? And sometimes people don't understand why you picked the person you picked, but they ain't never experienced that person like you have. And you're like, yo, I could do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah, bro. And it ain't up to them to understand. I don't give a shit if anybody understand why I'm with Jay. I don't give two shits.
And in the morning. Before I shower. Yeah. In the shower. I don't care.
Here we go.
At the guest house. That's good though. I like this though. Jay said, or she didn't have the space to be that fun wife. That's an interesting perspective. You know, sometimes you want certain things from people, but do you create an environment for that thing to exist?
That's
you know.
So check this out. Remember when I was telling you the other day, bro, that I written down? I think it's pretty appropriate for right now. So
yeah.
All right, so I always, like, every once in a while, I'll get these just thoughts and stuff like that, and God just speak to me, just tell me different things, or I'll see something and it provokes a thought in my mind. So saw something this week, and it provoked this in my mind, and it says, and this one came to my mind: if you set realistic expectations, you can have realistic demands. If you set unrealistic expectations, your demands sound outlandish. Stop entertaining the bullshit, then complain about it. Figure out who you are, what you want, and how to get it. Make sure whatever you're asking from another person, you're also able to give. A lot of times people set these unrealistic expectations in their mind, and then they get mad that the person don't want to do these things, right? So if you set realistic expectations in your mind about what's possible, right, and what you're going for, then you can set those demands. If you don't even know what you want, you can't even you can't set any type of standards or demands. If you set unrealistic expectations, like, oh, you got to get this, and you got to give that, and you got to do this, like, what the hell? You sound real stupid right now.
Right. That's legit. That's really
so.
good.
If she marries a felon, tell him he got to get a job. That's not realistic.
It's not.
It depends. It depends though, because a lot of felons.
A felon has a better opportunity at starting a business than actually getting a job. Statistics show.
Well, but a felon can get you know what I'm saying, get a 6-figure career easy.
Legally?
I wouldn't.
I'll say he got. How many?
No, listen. Let me tell you something. I'm in construction, bro. Listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm in construction, bro. You know how many felons I work with? I work with people who did 10, 20 years in the pen, bro. Have multiple felonies. You know what I'm saying? They come in there and just boom, right off the bat. They put you through school. They teach you every single thing. You don't have to. As an electrician, there's certain qualifications that you have to have. You have to, you know what I'm saying, obviously have your license, have either a diploma or GED, but you have to have at least 2 semesters of algebra with a C or better. You have 2 semesters of algebra with a C or better, they teach you trigonometry. They teach you all these other things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good at math, so I already knew all those things anyway. So you can come in as a felon, whether it's an electrician, whether it's a carpenter, whether it's a tin knocker, whether whoever, you can get into construction and make 6 figures.
I hear you, but then again, as a felon, that's not just known knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
You can put it out there, bro. It's not known knowledge because people don't want to do it. It's the thing about it is it's not known knowledge. It's just people are lazy as shit. You know how many people I tell about becoming you know what I'm saying, getting into this and what you have to do when they just like, nah, I don't want to, or they don't want to stop smoking. You know what I'm saying? Or they just I wouldn't say that. And I'm gonna tell you why I wouldn't say that, because when I first got into the program, bro, there's a something that I got into that helped me get into the apprenticeship program. It's called Second Call, Second Chance at Loving Life, right? And what they doing is at Second Call, they teach you life skills, how to live in this world now. If you've been to the pen, if you just hood life, if that's all you knew, they teach you life skills there. So there's plenty opportunities for you to get your mind right and for you to get in that career.
I hear what you're saying, but unbeknownst to the world, I got an F on my record, and that caused me to start my printing company because I could not find work. And not saying that those programs weren't out there, but I didn't know about them. When I'm Googling stuff, none of that came up. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only reason why I say a lot of people just don't know. And it wasn't because I was lazy, nigga. I was literally living in my dad's house on the floor, not knowing about none of this stuff. So what I had to do was start my own company, which is what I did. I
understand that, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not even just about the Second Call thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows, like, it's no secret that a lot of guys in construction have felonies, had a hard time getting in. You know,
I would say it's not a secret, but again, like, I think
it's well known.
Well, I just found out.
Is it well known because
I just found out tonight. So I'm just saying, like, it may not be as well known as people think, maybe because we're in it. You know what I'm saying to you? There's a certain air of knowledge and maybe privilege that we walk in when normal, like, this stuff is easy accessible to us. We know. I think that keeping that just our frame of thought and empathy, like, you know what, this may not be something that people have been exposed to.
You know what?
I mean, I guess that's honestly beside the point of the conversation, but I definitely hear that's a whole different trail. But I hear what you're saying.
I'm gonna just tell you why I'm fighting that. Because so many people are giving this information, but what you need to do to get inside these programs and stuff, people just don't want to do. Okay. I don't know how many times information has been put out over and over and over and over again, and you tell people what the qualifications are, what you need to do, and they don't want to do it. Like, nah, I'm cool. I don't want to do that. I'll still, nope, I don't feel like doing this. And they just pass up a good opportunity.
Okay.
And some people, it's just not their thing. You can say, hey, look, this is an opportunity for you. And people it'll go on one ear and come out the other because it's not their thing.
All right. Maybe they was high, So Ladies and gentlemen, who else needs a doobie? Welcome to the halftime. Mike, go ahead, Mike. You got it. Take it away.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in thus far. If you guys have not or are, go follow our OnlyFans. That's Donovan D. Donnell at OnlyFans.com.
Or at 1-800-DUB did it.
Or at 1-800-DUB did it for sure.
Or at Mighty Mike.
Wow. We're gonna take we gotta if you you gotta go to bed. I was gonna say we need to go over there and make sure this nigga's okay because he
listen here.
Everybody, but listen, he trying to plug us. No fact. He's trying to plug us in with a
step. Go watch your own video.
Because he's
listen, don't talk to me in chocolate Jack Reacher like that.
Because he's wow. You know what we need to do, Mike? Bam. So look, check this out, Mike.
Please, nigga, because I can't do it.
Man, maybe that'll help. Shit. Maybe that will help.
Right.
We're gonna put this brother on timeout for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So if you guys are not already following our socials, please go do so at this moment. Maybe this will help the podcast on Instagram.
Cut his.
How do we? Can we lock him out? Golly. Shit. Maybe this will help the podcast on Instagram, on YouTube, as well as Facebook. If you have any businesses that you guys want to shout out or that you own, please do so. You can just drop it in the comments, and we'll shout those out. Now, Donnie, you can grace us again with your foolishness.
So if y'all want to give us some money, they might, that's not common knowledge. Did you know you could give us money? That's not common knowledge. Did you know you could give us money? Even if you have a felony, you could give us money. All you have to do is go to our Cash App. Cash App $ maybe this will help. No matter what's on your record, maybe this will help. You know what I'm saying to you? Take it out of your child support. Whatever you need to do, you can go to our Cash App, drop maybe this will help. And if you don't have Cash App, you need Venmo or Instagram or Venmo or PayPal, Apple Pay. Go to maybe this will help podcast, just maybe this will help podcast at Gmail, and we'll let you know how to get the money to us. One more time, screenshot this, send it to your friends. Don't even say anything. Just say help these brothers out. They're doing a good work. All right, that's it.
I love this show, man.
And we're back.
I love this. It's therapy for sure. It's therapy.
The Bible said that laughter is medicine. It's medicinal. Did you laugh tonight?
What is irritation? Does the Bible say anything about irritation?
I'm not irritated. You might need to get antibiotics for that.
So listen.
What you got, Doug? Man.
I need to get up at 3:30 in the morning.
See. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be refreshed tonight. We're gonna make sure you're good in the morning. You'll get up and go to work with all those felons. Y'all gonna have a good old time. Just remind them niggas they ain't in jail no more. Just let I am a boy, Damon.
Hey, it's all them corporate people want to wear them tight pants all the time and the tight shirts.
That's how I work from home. Working remote. I don't even put on pants. I don't even wear. Listen, my Dub left the building. Listen, when you work remote, brother, it's the most comfortable attire you can wear. Let me tell you about business casual by Ethica.
I don't know what's going on, people.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of this is helping.
I feel like Donnie may have had a mental break at some point before the show.
Maybe. We got a fresh start, man. We got
all right. That's it. That's the restart right there. Let's get it.
I'm good. All right. Yep. Let's, ladies and gentlemen, tag your favorite friend. Tell them to join us for the second hour of the show. About to get into some more videos. Yeah, it's about to go down. And all the rest of the things these young kids say these days. All right, here's our next video, gentlemen. You guys ready for this?
Let's do it.
All right. This is what I was talking about earlier. So let's
Today, let's talk about the metaphysical science of sex. We all know, yes, sex is an energy exchange, but do you fully understand the energy and chemical compounds involved? When men and women have sex and a man is about to come, its scientific term is cerebral, meaning the brain, spine, which is the route that it takes, fluid, which comes out as when the man ejaculates. So a man's nut is cerebral spinal fluid. The fluid comes from the brain originally. So when you ejaculate inside a woman, you are literally giving her a piece of your mind. So over time, if this ejaculating and quality time persists between that man and the woman, something called horizontal gene transfer takes place, where the woman starts to phenotypically and genotypically adopt the features of the man she's been sleeping with. As a woman, when you fall in love, it brings down your DNA's defenses, where you will adopt some of the DNA of your lover. This is why a woman can sense when the man she's been having sex with is cheating or with another woman, or she'll call you when another woman is in your car, or you're on a date with another woman, or even if another woman's even thinking about you. Because cerebral spinal fluid has given the woman a psychic connection with you. Even when you are apart, you're still connected. As a woman, when you receive a man's cerebral spinal fluid, you are ingesting his data. You are ingesting your partner's mind. So when a woman has been sleeping with armed robbers, killers, shooters, rapers, murderers.
Listen, bruh, I don't say that I just believe everything this brother said, but if that's true, then there's a cerebral group text happening in my head, because, you know, if you've had sex with multiple women, how does that impact all of them being connected to you, right? That's one thing. Two things, if you having sex with this woman, he's talking about, you start to take on the features that would explain why a lot of women look like men. I've seen it. I've seen it.
You got to do something about this for the next show.
I've seen it.
I don't know if one of us need to be at this nigga's house to make sure he not.
You ain't never seen a woman look like a man.
You literally just said that a lot of women look like men.
I've seen them. And per this video, that just means they've been having a lot of sex. You had enough sex to start to look like a man. That's why I'm not buying the whole video, is what I'm saying. Like, there might be some truth to it.
Right. No, and I'm trying to look.
This dub is on Google immediately.
I am.
What is cerebral brain fluid? I'm about to give her a piece of my mind. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
All right, listen here, Bastain. Relax. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. She wants to know if she's okay. Listerine is like a mouth condom. They don't work like that. What you find, Dub?
I'm still searching because it doesn't have anything to do with.
Go to the black web. See if you can find. I'm gonna talk to the audience. Y'all don't want to have fun. Let's see. Thank you, Pookie. That's why couples start to look alike. Nope, that's why they start to both look like men. I'm cool with my girl looking like me.
That's your part. Didn't we just talk about? Didn't I just text you about that?
What?
Vanity.
Still working on it. Give me some grace. All right, if y'all don't say something soon, I'm moving on to the next video.
No, I'm not gonna respond to this video. To me, okay. I'm not relevant.
All right, not a problem, man. We're gonna move.
He lost me at the delivery
when he couldn't say the words right.
You just don't look like you have a lot of sex.
Wow.
Call me shallow. It just doesn't look like my man had any basis for his claim.
If you having pseudo sex, let me tell you what's really happening to you.
This nigga's having faux sex. Sheesh.
Let me tell you about your sex being a placebo. All right, cool. Let's jump into this one right here. This should be fun.
You introduce your ex as a friend to your future husband. You are motherfucking lying. He done seen you naked. He done had sex with you. He done known you inside and outside. And you gonna dismiss all that history by saying that's my friend. No, that's your motherfucking ex. So that's why I don't agree with calling exes friends. There's a term already for it. Ex person, ex man, ex blessing, ex dick, meaning it's no longer ex communication, ex access. Exit out my life. Close the door on expired blessings because they will spoil your next batch. You bringing these exes into new relationships. That ain't fair for your future spouse to have to deal with. Talking about when he did being insecure. No, it's reasonable for me to expect when you came in my life, you let go of this baggage and you willingly being friends with baggage. You introduce your ex.
I swear I hate listening to this nigga, man. I promise I hate it, man.
Because I feel like he says stuff that he knows women will like. He'll get the applause.
That's exactly what he does. That's exactly what he does. He's always just like nigga, shut up. Like speak up for, you know what I'm saying? Talk for men. Like everything is like, I'm gonna just say everything bad about a dude or what I think women want to hear just so I can get some. Nigga, shut up. And if you hear me, listen, homie. If you come across maybe this will help and you hear this, nigga, shut up.
Oh my God.
Get at me. You know what I'm saying? Shut up.
But, so I think that's a tall ask because
Walter, what's the ask? Not to introduce your ex as a friend.
Yeah.
Let me hear it.
If she's legit my friend, then that's how I'm gonna introduce her. Like I've been in situations, even with Jay, I say, you know, if we're going somewhere or if somebody I know is gonna be there, my ex is gonna be there, but I'll still introduce her as my friend such and such, or I'll tell Janae, you know what I'm saying? We're still friends. She's my ex, but we're still friends. I think you gotta be, you know what I mean, confident in yourself and in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? You can't go around, I can't be friends with you no more because now I have a girlfriend. Now, if y'all there's some feelings still there, then I get it. You shouldn't be, you know what I mean, even talking to nobody you know for a fact y'all both still got feelings for each other. But if it's legit friendship,
just introduce them by their name. If I have to introduce somebody by their title, I've chosen if I have to introduce somebody by their title, I choose to introduce them by the title they did the best at.
You know, so this is what I
this is my butt partner right here. This is the girl. This is my lover.
You know what? I'm right up.
Whatever
you
did the best at.
She said, just communicate and don't be sneaky about it. So this is the thing,
yeah.
Right? You can still have exes that are just literally your friends. It just so happened didn't work out in that capacity. But just don't introduce that person as just your friend, like you've never had anything going on. And later on, not to say that you have to say everything that's going on, but or what happened in the past, but later on, if just so happened it come out in conversation between your person and your ex, they have a conversation and it comes up, it's gonna be like, well, damn, how come you didn't tell me that was your ex? Or you know, and it's not that you hiding it, not that, you know what I'm saying, you have to announce every single thing, but it's I guess it's just kind of giving them that respect of saying, hey, we did have a dealing back in the day.
And still holding space for the fact that you may not always say that and may not be hiding it. It just may not either be important to you or you may not even be thinking about it in that moment. So I don't want to say like if a person doesn't say, oh, this person I used to, you know, mess around with, that it's intentionally being sneaky. Sometimes, you know what? Yeah, it is. My bad. I don't even think about that person that light. So there's plenty of people. Yeah. I don't even like Pookie asked me, you remember this girl? Like apparently I guess I messed with her. I don't remember her name. So I mean, you know, out of sight, out of mind. It's been a minute. Like, don't expect me, like it wasn't that memorable anyway. Like, don't hold me to having to run down a resume that I'm not even familiar with anymore. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, we probably had some moments that meant a lot to you, but don't expect me to bring them up like they're a highlight of me knowing you.
Right.
I literally had a whole conversation with my ex the other day on Messenger, and I told Janae all about it. Because at the end of the day, if it is somebody that you was an ex, but you guys are still friends, I feel like you shouldn't have to hide that from your now partner.
Let me ask you a question. This is kind of important. So they say that, you can't be friends with an ex unless you were friends before you guys got together.
Nope.
Okay. So you can be like, yo, you don't fit in my, in my life romantically, but
because in the relationship
you got
guys
friend
can
sex.
build that. What you say?
You gave me friend sex. Like this is we can't do anything with this. I know all I need to know now. I don't want this for the rest of my life.
So these are my thoughts. When I'm with somebody, my female friends, I want her to have her own personal relationship with them.
Agreed.
I don't want, you know what I'm saying? So whenever you talk to her, I don't always have to be around. You know what I'm saying? Have your own relationship like that too. And when I say I will give the respect of saying, hey, I used to do this, because it may come up in conversation, in your little conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say that I have to just, oh yeah, this is so and so. Yeah, she's be my ex. We can fucking do this and blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? No, it doesn't have to be like that. But if the conversation did come up, and I wouldn't hide anything, you know what I'm saying? And I would say, hey, you know what? This what it was. It's no longer like that. We don't look at each other like that. All those feelings and thoughts and stuff like that are gone. You know what I mean? We're not on that anymore. But it is what it is. This is what it is. Now, I'm gonna say something.
Please do.
Being honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being honest. This is the thing. You may not push for that person anymore, but a thought or two could still come where, you know what I'm saying, where y'all didn't did y'all thing, and you know what I'm saying, the thoughts could still come. You may not be may not say anything to that person anymore. You may not try to pursue something like that, but you know what I'm saying, does that mean your eyes, your natural eyes are just gonna completely go away and just say, oh man, she ugly now, or her ass don't look as good as it used to do when I used to hit, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm being honest.
No, and I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I think for me, knowing me, you know what I mean, if I was in that situation, you know, for me, we're still friends, but we can't hang out like we used to. We can't hang out one-on-one, because I know those thoughts are gonna come, and I know that my eyes might wander a little bit too long. So for me, we can still be cool, we still friends, but on the level of like I would hang out with my niggas, I can't do that with you.
So I think like even with me, like there's a certain kind of hanging out that I just choose not to do when I'm in a relationship, whether I got history with them or not. Because if I'm not hanging out with that person because we got history and the thoughts might come up, there's certain people I don't need to hang out with because I don't want to start nothing fresh. I don't need a new situation to come arise. So it's just there's at some point there needs to be a blanket way that you deal with women, whether you have history with them or not, when you're in a relationship.
So, and that's why I said, as a man, just being honest, you still have eyes. Like, you see women on the street, you know what I'm saying? Period, point blank. Like, you know what I mean? That don't mean that if you with somebody that your eyes don't work no more, that you don't see stuff that you admire on a woman.
Don't be rubbernecking though.
Hey,
that's why. So that's why you tell your girl to look too. Like, girl, look at her. Do you see that? Yep.
Or your girl could be like, damn, look at her ass. You see that? Yes, I do.
not the yes, then look again, then I do.
Yes, I do.
Golly.
So the point here is
Fine works for you.
Per the video, it's a discussion to be had. It's something I always take away from what Mike says. Have a discussion with your partner about how they desire for you to introduce people that you've dealt with in the past and see what it is they want. Because everybody could want something different. Have the discussion. Yo, if I ever, run into somebody I've had sexual dealings with, would you like to know all the details? Or would you like to just say, oh, there's somebody that I used to know horizontally?
And be ready for the answer. Don't say, tell me.
Horizontally.
And be ready for the answer. Don't say this is what I want, and then the dude tell you, and now you all upset and bent out of shape. And we at this event, and now you got the stank face all night. Well, you wanted me to tell you. I could have kept it up to myself, and you wouldn't have known nothing.
But isn't there like a time and space appropriate? Like, yeah, I go tell you right now. Like, I'm not gonna tell you tonight. Tuesday looks good. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just immediately know that this could ruin our mood. Like it's too hard to get a nice night going sometimes just to be like, oh, look who I ran into outside the movie theater. I don't want to bring this up right now.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, it's a whole lot of stuff that ruins moods. And I don't know why this just came to mind, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Listen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the drink here. Check this out, ladies. I'm gonna say this. Make sure you don't smell.
I knew it. I was willing to bet money.
Listen. That's not just down there. That's down there. That's your armpits. But most importantly, too, make sure your hair don't stink. Make sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to smell dirty hair. We don't want to smell sour hair. We don't want to smell burnt hair.
That's what,
you know what I'm saying? Especially if we that close, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to smell that.
So just take care of that before you come see me, is what you're saying.
Yes.
What if they don't have time to let their weave air out? That's what a sour is. Get the mildew in there because they took it. They tried to wash it and leave it in, and then
first of all, this goes back to the beginning conversation we had in the episode about it's health wise. Being healthy can make your stink smell better. I'll tell you that right now.
Come on, guys.
Being healthy make your stink smell better.
It does. Absolutely, it does.
Back to your true body odor versus you just smell like old burgers. You don't smell like any vegetables. You smell like you didn't drink enough water. I'm just saying some of the things.
He said, "What's your diet like?" Because something is off. Something is off. pH balance off.
Listen, coming here smelling like a potluck. I think that there's. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's something that I like to eat, you can smell like that. I'm just saying, your health matters to your.
Is that what you're saying?
Listen.
Is that what you're saying?
I don't want no woman. I don't want no woman coming to me smelling like jambalaya, smelling like no pork and beans, wieners and rice. I don't want to smell like no. No, and no.
Bitch. A poke bowl. It smells like a poke bowl. Listen. What you can smell like is fresh baked bread. That right there.
Cake is also a good option.
Listen,
hey,
smear some of that icing on you before you come over. We can talk about it. Anyway.
All right.
Y'all ready for another video?
Please.
All right. So let me move this one down the category. I'm trying to keep everything. Ooh. All right. Let's go with. Did we do this one last week?
You can do anything to a woman, but you can't bore her.
That's absolutely true.
Duh. We did that last week?
I don't think so.
All right, cool. Here we go.
You can do anything to a woman, but you can't bore her.
That's absolutely true. I knew a girl who was in an abusive relationship. Man was always hitting her, screaming at her. She was always crying, I want to leave him. Problem was, when she finally left him, she got some other guy, a nice guy, and she was a complete prick to this dude. And she was so unhappy. It's very, very hard to be interesting. When your ex is a psycho, the new guy's boring. You're turning up 2 hours late and he ain't even screaming. You miss the days of the fucking flying plates and shit. Women are addicted to drama. Women watch serial killers documentaries to relax. Sometimes women are attracted to very, very toxic men because toxic men are not boring.
You can do anything to a woman.
We didn't do that one yet?
I don't recall it, but Sheila said we did, but I don't recall that one. Oh, I guess we did. Perry said we saw that this last week too.
All right, before we move on, Mike, did you want to add anything to that before? Maybe that's going to add to the conversation.
No, I don't think it's women. I think it's just a certain type of person because with my previous marriage to Denham's mom, I found myself being attracted to after me and her got divorced. I found myself being attracted to women that were like her, real, just fly off the handle, real. You never know what they're gonna do, never know what they're gonna say. It's just that real, just toxic type of relationship. So just saying that, I don't think that's always just a woman thing at all.
You think that toxic is sexy?
I did at one point, yeah. It's like,
did you ever dig into it and see like why you felt that way?
I mean, in therapy, some things came up that I'm not gonna mention on the show, but yeah.
Okay.
It's wild. It's wild. But I think that everybody should do that. Like really dive into why am I attracted to these things? Because honestly, it's not normal to be attracted to chaos and to be attracted to like just negativity.
It seems like it is normal.
It shouldn't be, I should say.
Okay.
I think that society has definitely normalized it because look at all the reality shows. It's nothing but toxicity.
But see, I think too, what's chaotic to somebody may not be chaotic to somebody else. I think that plays a big difference. Like what somebody will call loud and obnoxious, somebody else may not call that person loud and obnoxious.
I think we should not make toxic and chaotic synonymous.
Right.
I'm agreeing with Mike.
Yeah, no, that's why I use two separate.
Yeah, but even still, like what would you call toxic? You know what I'm saying? What would you call I guess everybody is different, and when we try to put everybody in these categories, like, oh no, that's toxic. Oh no, that's toxic. Oh, that's toxic. Some stuff just very well may not be toxic to some people, and I'm not condoning certain things, but I'm just saying certain things may not be toxic to certain people. And then if we just put all, you know what I'm saying, like everybody, like, oh, that behavior is toxic, that's toxic. And it may be not necessarily normal. I'm just saying like sometimes we may have gotten too civilized to what we call things that are okay for some people. We call it toxic.
I can understand that. It's almost like red flag.
That's not what I was talking about though. Because I know my situation. My shit was toxic. I wouldn't know make believe toxic. Ain't no, oh, that person probably would think this is okay. I don't know nobody that would think shit that was going on in that relationship was okay.
Maybe another toxic person. Even they probably be like, what the hell? I think that it goes back even to red flags. I think that, like Dub said, some red flags to me, because I've already told you guys a red flag is a psychological allergy. That's your psychological allergy to somebody's behavior. It doesn't make them a bad person. That's just the way you respond when you see that kind of behavior exhibited. Yeah. So that may not be a red flag. Somebody else, that might be a green flag. That might be yellow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, for example, I'm gonna think of something that like it's easier to explain. For example, just say you're a person who likes sex on the balcony, right? And you get with another person that likes sex on the balcony. Both of y'all are good with it. There's nothing wrong. Now, if you're a person that likes sex on the balcony and you get with somebody who don't, they may say, oh, that's freaky. That's too freaky. That's too this. That's too that. That's abnormal.
Because you're an exhibitionist. And then you tell them just to try it.
And they like it.
Are y'all speaking from experience? It seems like both of y'all got a story to tell.
Listen, when you see my head nodding like this, a testimony. Mike caught that one. Like, wait a minute. Listen.
Nah, I feel that.
That's what she said. Y'all ready to?
What time is it?
I know. We're going to end 30 minutes early tonight. Okay, so tell me, did we do this one last week?
Men are more valuable as we get older. Every man, every woman knows that. Every woman will sit here and go, yeah, well, I know a man who's older than me. Of course. But if I say it the other way around, I'm misogynistic. It's just the reality of the world. So then we have to go into the other point. The point is this. When you were at your peak value, You had zero interest in monogamy. But then you find a man who's 35 at his peak value. He's finally struggled and worked, because when he was 19, no girl spoke to him. When he was 23, he was broke. When he was 24, he had no life experience. When he was 25, he couldn't fuck. He finally gets to the point where he's now at his peak value. Him at 35 is you when you were 19. And then you're sitting there saying to him, no, you should be monogamous. It's like, well, you fucking weren't. You did whatever you wanted in your peak. Now I'm finally got there. And I had to work for my shit. God and L'Oreal gave you. I had to fucking struggle. I had to go through hell to get on this yacht. You got on the yacht with an Instagram DM. I had to buy it. And now you're telling me I need to fucking settle down and behave and grow up? Fuck you. Men are more valuable.
Okay, so we definitely did that video. You remember that one, Dub?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mike smiled. He hadn't seen that one yet.
I like it.
All right. I like it. All right. So I think I got 3 videos here that we haven't done. So I'm gonna work on.
Are you sure? Sure.
No, I'm not. Not at all. So we're gonna go back to the not the marriage, but the wedding. This is something that happens at most weddings, and this person's kind of reading into what this could mean for the future of the marriage.
Okay, no, but can we talk about this one, y'all? Because I've heard so many wedding planners and photographers say that the easiest way to tell if the couple's going to make it long term or not is whether or not they do the face cake smash on their wedding day. And at first, I didn't get why they chose that example, but the more I see evidence of it, the more I understand completely why. Societal programming and capitalism aside, imagine dreaming about your wedding day since you were a wee lad. Getting to finally plan that day and spending time, money, and energy over the course of months and even years to plan this special day. Do you have any idea how much bridal party makeup costs? Do you have any idea how much wedding photography costs? Hell, do you have any idea how much a wedding costs in today's day and age? Imagine putting in all that time and effort and getting all your loved ones together to witness you all's beautiful union. To have that special moment ruined by your new spouse bypassing your boundaries and embarrassing you all for a couple of laughs.
I got something. I just want to start by saying, she's asking, do you have any idea how much XYZ and all this stuff costs? 9 times out of 10, the woman not paying for the shit anyway. I'm paying for it.
Right.
So this all my shit. So let me take this cake and you can bring your finance over here. Right. And get this mush.
Hey, I'm not a big cake in my face type person anyway. So I see it happening, on birthdays and all these different occasions and stuff like that. I'm not a cake in my face type person. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I want to be able to enjoy the cake.
Right.
Especially if it's something for my birthday. I don't want no cake in my face. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like every cake anyway. So if it's a cake that I'm gonna eat, it's probably something that I like, and I don't want to mess it up. And I don't want to give nobody no. I don't want. How am I gonna cut a cake that somebody just smashed my face in?
No, I feel that. I think for me, you just got to know your partner, because there's some people that's cool with it. They'll roll with it. They think it's funny, and I also think it should be a conversation before we get there. And the cake is in my hand. I'm looking at you, and you looking at me, and don't nobody know what's about to happen.
I think people. Once you get to that point where you're marrying somebody, I think you know if your partner is a jokester or if your partner is, you know what I'm saying, have these type of tendencies or whatever. Oh, we like to have fun. We like to play. I'm sure, before that happened, it was already some other playful moments that made him feel like it was okay. Right now, whether he read the room wrong and just saying like, okay, well, we always play like this. We always do this. We always do that. If he read the room wrong and just, you know what I'm saying, assumed that it was supposed to be okay on that day and it wasn't, and she got upset. I mean, hey, what you gonna do?
What you know? Janae said, just put it on my nose or my cheek, not my whole face. Again, you gotta know your partner. Some like old girl said about the makeup. Like, nah, B. Like, we not finna pay to get this face redone. We still gotta go to the reception, and they probably were at the reception. So, but they may be trying to do something now, take pictures, all kind of shit could be going on that women think about that men just like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it looked like they was at the reception because she had on the jean jacket.
Yeah.
So I mean, at that point, if she had on the jean jacket, then she could use a little cake on her face because she already wasn't even in the little You know what I'm saying? She already got out of the wedding attire.
Oh, maybe jean jacket right now at the reception. Nah.
You ever been in a situation with a woman and things are cool, you're having a fun time, and she just decides that she wants to be super sensitive and emotional out of nowhere?
I can't stand it, bro.
Yeah,
I can't stand it.
I've witnessed that, and I don't know what happened in this situation, but it was a whole walk away with the deuces in the air, and he looked so shocked, like, I thought we was having fun. I thought we always do this kind of stuff. I've seen that behavior sometimes though, and it's been shocking to me. I haven't gotten to the root of why it happens, but it's a mood killer. I'll tell you that. You can be playing with a woman, like wrestling with her, and all of a sudden she gets super serious, like that hurt me. That hurt my arm. Like, that didn't hurt you. What's wrong? What's really wrong? What's going on?
Yeah. And I think that right there is the appropriate response. Like this, you're not upset at what happened. It's something else really going on. Or just tell them. Like, I have this conversation with Janae sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? I asked you a question and it just seemed like you kind of just popped off for no reason. Well, like, what happened? And she'll say, oh, my bad, that wasn't it. Because it could also be, well, not in this situation, but sometimes it could also be a misunderstanding. I could be overly sensitive thinking that you were upset about something and you fine. You know what I mean? But if both people just like, okay, well, fuck you and fuck you.
I'm gonna just grab my go bag. Yep, huh?
You said what now?
Grab my go bag. Maybe you need time to cool off. And I'm gonna grab my go girl. And I'm just kidding. No. I was downloading 2 more videos that I think we could have a conversation about. Here you go, fellas.
I don't understand why you tripping.
Because you always want me to cook for you 24/7.
Okay, but you my girl. You supposed to cook for me.
I work.
Okay, but you were off today.
Look, it's about to be 2021. If you want a girl that's gonna be cooking for you all the time, you need to go find her.
I don't understand why you.
Found her. Found her.
Yep.
Found her.
Can you play it one more time?
Got you.
I don't understand why you tripping.
Because you always want me to cook for you 24/7.
Okay, but you my girl. You supposed to cook for me.
I work.
Okay, but you were off today.
Look, it's about to be 2021. If you want a girl that's gonna be cooking for you all the time, you need to go find her.
I don't understand why you.
Yeah, Mike didn't see that the first time. I like the fact that she fed him while looking at her.
Yes. Yep.
Call me old fashioned.
That was beautiful, man. Sheesh. You gotta be careful. That's why you gotta be careful what you say in the heat of these moments where you upset or you irritated or bothered, because you just never know. Nigga, by the time she looked up, old girl was there with the fork eating this nigga. Sheesh.
Yeah.
You told me to go find someone who would.
But you know, I didn't really mean that. I'm just going by what you said.
You ain't. Don't be petty. Don't be petty.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that guy anymore.
Have you ever had a request from your girl and you told her maybe you need to go find another nigga to do that?
No.
You down for everything? Hips up in the air.
No.
My name ain't Sean. What?
Wow.
Sheesh. Nah, I'm not pushing her into. God, this nigga talking about me being petty. Sheesh. I'm not pushing her into the arms of another nigga, but I'm just saying you're not gonna get. That's all it is. We'll be okay. We'll be okay.
All right.
Sacrifice. You know, it'll be fine.
All right. So how about this one right here? Deb, you got anything to say before we move on?
Hey.
This one for you then, bro.
to be with a guy that you have to listen to. You don't want to be with a guy whose judgment you trust.
No instincts to tell me what I kind of
But my man tells me that from a guy's point of view, that's really hard for them to work with. The guy hears that. He just hears that you won't cooperate with him, that you're hard to work with, you're stubborn. Most guys want a girl that will submit to him and trust his judgment. So his judgment, and he says, hey, you know what? I don't want there to be problems. Could you change your top, like your boots are out, or whatever it is? And you have to say, well, but da-da-da-da-da-da, like that's a headache to him. To me, who cares? Like, why does it? It's not going to affect my life that much what I wear when I go out of the house. And I want to be with a guy whose judgment that I trust, right? I want to be with a guy that you have to listen to.
She said it all.
She kind of did. She kind of
I
did.
like it. I like that. I like that, and it's not coming from a demanding place. It's just like I'm looking ahead. I'm you know, if you don't trust what I have to say, if you want to fight me on everything, then just get the hell on. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be with somebody who's gonna fight me on everything. Like I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm not saying that, you know, some people will try to equate that to, oh, you can't handle a strong woman. Yes, the hell I can. Yes, I can. But the thing for me is this, right? You see a lot of these relationships where the man has to be super aggressive, super demanding, super, hey, didn't I tell you, blah, 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 blah. And people wonder, like, damn, why is he being like that? Because sometimes he try to tell her in a soft tone, like, hey, babe, can you do this? Or do this? Or, you know, don't do this or don't do that. I can do whatever I want to do. You can't tell me. All right, cool. So in the situations like that, I'm not even going to yell. I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm going to just excuse myself and say, you know what? This shit don't work for me. Period.
It's like when you gotta break a horse and break out a wild horse.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that analogy one time and I thought to myself, like, I'd rather just let it be wild. If that's what you want to do, go and get in all the dangerous situations from your lack of experience and lack of discernment. Like, I'm here to try to aid you by giving you some guidance based on what I know, but you don't trust me. You don't trust what I know. Why'd you choose me?
Absolutely.
You didn't choose me to lead you. You chose me for some other stuff. So,
and I don't want to hear shit when the shit backfire on you. What you want to do? What you want to do? You choose to go do whatever it is that you want to do. Especially if I advise you not to do it or do something different, and you still go do it, and it backfire on you. You come, oh my god, I don't want to hear that shit. Stupid. I told you not to do it.
What about the insider guidance that women give to their husbands? Because my mentor told me, he said one of the biggest benefits he got from being married is his wife's discernment.
I love it.
All right.
Cool. I love it.
Cool. All right. Well, there it is. I'm willing to listen. Pookie, you stay right there. You ain't going nowhere. Good night. Hello.
Good morning. Right.
Don't you try to leave. I will post pictures of you. Wow. Go ahead, Dub.
No, I'm just saying, like, I love it. Talk to me. You know what I'm saying? If you got some insight that's gonna help me out, talk to me.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Man, I'm not, you know what I'm saying, above the law or anywhere where I can't listen. No, talk to me. Tell me what's up.
Okay.
That's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Both people should be open to learn from each other. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like as men, when it comes to certain things, maybe even protection, you know what I mean? We feel like we have the answers, but I feel like we always need to keep an open ear out for our women. This is going to be our person, because, you know,
you chose her too.
Yeah, exactly. That.
Yeah. All right. We got a little bit of time left. I saw this earlier. Mike, did you want to expound upon this one? 3 reasons men may only want to casually date you. You want to do that or save that for next week?
Ask the audience. I'm down for whatever.
Audience, y'all want to hear about the 3 reasons men may only want to date you casually. We only got 13 minutes left.
I think this is going to be a longer conversation than 13 minutes, though.
Okay.
Because we got to break down each individual one.
Do you want to break down this one? The baby mama? My baby mama is a priority?
Yes, please.
All right, go for it.
Immediately. Okay, PSA. My BM or baby mama is my priority, meaning she come before anyone. It's my duty to make sure she's straight forever. Right mindset, bills paid, car note paid, money in her pocket, happy, and of course, unbothered. She's the mother of my child, for Christ's sake. Can't have her out here down bad. So
Woo, buddy.
Here's where I have an issue with this.
He didn't.
Baby mama or your child's mother, that's all for me. That's all she is. The only person that I'm supposed to do all of that, what he mentioned for is, until a certain point, is my child, until they reach the age where they can sustain themselves. But as far as her, like, it's not my job to do nothing for her. Like, absolutely nothing in my situation, my personal situation. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? It's different if, you know what I'm saying, hey, you know, I'm short on the rent, you know what I mean? You think, cool, if I got something extra, I don't have no problem helping you out at all. I'm not gonna let you sit there and live on the street if I can help it. But to say, for this man to say, I'm assuming it's a man, for this man to say, like, this is his, like, this is his, like, duty, his job to do all these things for his child's mother.
Check this. Pookie said, "No, I'm not his priority. His child is." So here's where I'm at with it. Maybe he needs to make sure that she eats right if she's going to be breastfeeding his child, right? Because the child's getting nourishment from her body through breastfeeding, right? If your child was to stay at that house, you want to make sure that they had a comfortable bed, right? If they had to stay at that house, 3 days out of the week, you want to make sure that there's the right kind of food in the fridge. When I read that while you was reading it, I was thinking to myself how that the baby mother is more than just another woman. That's the child's second home or first home. That's the other home besides you. That's the parent. And so a lot of the child's perspective and the need for nourishment and love and comfort is going to come from that facility. And if I look at her as a facility that my child's going to go to for nourishment, comfort, and love, I'm going to do my best to furnish that facility to occupy, so it can occupy the things that my child's going to need. Hopefully, I don't have a manipulating woman, you know what I'm saying, that's occupying the space as baby mama. But I do get what he's saying, because this is where my child is going to feed from psychologically, mentally, biologically. Like, it's just so much that's going to be coming from her. We're parenting this child together. So I want to make sure she's good as possible.
Stop there. We're parenting this child together. So if I'm doing pretty much what he said is pretty much everything besides the breastfeeding part. If we're doing this together, what are you contributing?
When you read it and I was listening, it didn't sound like he was, I'm going to take care of all this for you. Like if there's any lack anywhere, I'll make sure that. That's
not how I read that.
Oh, I didn't read it as if she's just not going to do anything. I read it as if like, I got to make sure she's mentally, spiritually good. So he's checking to see if there's any gaps in her mental health, any gaps in her bills, any gaps in anything that may trickle down and affect the child.
So that sounds like, to me, that sounds like things that I would do for my wife. Take the baby part out of it. These are things that I would do for my wife. I'm not going to let my wife do these things. I'm not going to let my wife, you know what I mean, be in a spiritually messed up place. I'm not going to allow my wife to lack on bills or anything like that.
If you had a babysitter that lived in the house with you, you would make sure that babysitter was solid.
I wouldn't pay her car note.
You would make sure she had transportation to get to the house and to take your child places.
I would pay it for an Uber, yeah.
You would make sure that your child was in a safe vehicle with this woman.
Would you buy her a car and pay her car note?
I would make sure she was in good transportation. I probably would. Yeah, I'd probably make sure she had. If I had a babysitter that lived in the house with me and my wife, I'd probably put a car in her name under my LLC and use it as a write-off. But make sure she had a safe vehicle that my child could be in. I wouldn't just want to put my child in anything because she's in somebody else's custody.
Why can't you do that? What is happening to where she can't do that for herself?
That's what I'm saying. When I heard you read it, I just looked at the gaps. If she couldn't do it, I'm not looking at it immediately like, well, you gotta do everything for me because I have your child. I'm looking at it from a standpoint like there may be some gaps that need to be filled because ultimately this affects my child, and I got to make sure that's taken care of. And if I had sex with an irresponsible woman, yes, that child's still my responsibility, and I need to make sure that that woman that I had sex with is good because that's where my child's going to be feeding from also.
Or maybe you should look at ways so that your child can come live with you, because clearly that's not the right place.
But my child still needs to experience the other parent, not just me. It's good for the child to be able to experience both parents.
Okay,
so both parents are being parents, because to me it sounds like one of them not really being a parent if you can't provide for your kid.
Maybe they have a learning curve and it might take them a while to learn, because this, what you're saying now, kind of reminds me of the excuses some women use why they don't put the child around the father.
I get that, but I can't sit there and leave my child in your hands and wait for you to get this learning curve.
Listen, you had sex with that person. You ain't got no choice.
No, you do. You always have a choice. That's why we got court. You always
how's that? But then that goes back to how does that affect the child?
So that's the thing. If I know that living with me is the best for this child right now because mom's is whatever the case may be, then eventually this is going to be the best move in the long run. Like right now, yeah, it may affect you, but in the long run, this is going to be what's best for you. It's my job to make that kind of decision. He can't make it, and she's not in the right state of mind to make it.
Per
she
se,
can't even pay her own bills.
But what about the stuff she can offer that are not bill related? The mothering that you can't do because you're a man.
I agree with that, but in my see, and this is where I get when you a mother, because I'm a father, so I know mothers definitely think like this because they birthed a child. When you a mother, you should, or I think you're innately gifted to want to do anything for that child, to protect that child in any means, by any means necessary. So whatever it takes to get that child what he or she needs, you're going to do it. If you're not doing that, then there's lack somewhere. And until you get that together, you can come live with me. Because I'll be damned if I let anybody, any woman, you know what I mean, my child live with them and they're not doing at least the things that I would do.
So speaking from, you know, and I know your situation, Mike, and I understand there are some circumstances that are just like, yo, no, child's come to be with me. It's safety reasons. I get it.
Right.
But then there's also people like me who didn't grow up with a father. And as much as my mom put good men in my life, I still wondered, you know what I'm saying? Like with that, because it's biologically, was there certain things I may have missed out on that could have been necessary or beneficial, you know what I'm saying, to my life? I do wonder those things. Because sometimes, you know, my mom, my dad, they were married, but then they got separated and whatnot. But I look at this just a little different because I think that people say they're looking out for the best interest of the child and not really considering all the things that ultimately affect the child. The first 5 years of a child's life are extremely important. One, they just bonded with that mother for 9 months. So there's certain things they're already dependent on spiritually and physiologically from her. If it's a risk situation, you got to take them out of the situation. But it's good to think from the perspective of like, yo, my child doesn't know any better, but they are connected to this person. They don't know this person like I know this person, but they are needing certain things from this person. So I'm thinking I'll need to contribute to some degree if we're going to share custody. Hold on, Mike, where you go? You muted.
No, I was just saying, go ahead, Deb. I know you've been waiting to say your piece.
So I'm gonna tell you my thoughts about this. First off, I'm gonna figure out why is this just my child's mother and why am I not with her if I'm doing all this stuff for her? That's number one. Why am I doing all this stuff for her if I'm not with her? What about her that made me say, you know what, it's okay to have a child with her, but I'm not with her? Now, certain circumstances come up where it's like, okay, well, you know, sometimes you have a situation, you with somebody, it don't work out, you have a child, you know what I'm saying, together while you have a child while you guys are together. It happens, you know what I'm saying, you split up. Where's the kid going? Now, with that being the case, I want to make sure my child is taken care of every way possible. But what I won't do is I won't take care of that mother. There's a difference between, and I won't take none of the love, none of the whatever that my child needs, but I'm not going to finance another person's life. whatever. Hey, if I need to buy my kid a bed, make sure they have a good bed. If I need to make sure, certain things are done to where my kid is taken care of, my kid is going to be taken care of. Now, obviously, I would want my kid to stay with me if it's that type of situation to where, period, point blank, whether it's a good situation or bad situation, if I had a child with someone and we broke up, I want my kids to come stay with me anyway. Period.
Like 100%?
I mean, we can go 50-50, but if it had to be 100% or not, you know what I'm saying? If it had to be the kid staying with me and she's a weekend or every other weekend parent, let that be the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my babies to grow up with me in the house. So with that being the case, as far as doing all those things, the finance her life, making sure this paid, that's not my responsibility. We both have the same responsibility of taking care of that child. And I'm not going to lack on my part. Now, if she needs help for some reason, you know what I'm saying, reach out to me and say, hey, you know what, things is getting a little shaky this month. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure we good. I need a little help. But as far as me saying, oh, that's my responsibility to make sure my baby mama has this, that's not my responsibility.
I look at it this way. I think it's an elective responsibility. I don't think it's mandated by law or anything like that. I think about a story that my grandmother told me about in Oklahoma, they old school, that if a man died and he was married and he had kids, his brother assumed responsibility for his family, not just his children. That means the wife included. That means that outside of sexual pleasures, he made sure that the mother was good because she was facilitating certain things to that child. And I look at it from the same vein. If there's no bad blood between us, it just didn't work out. I want to make sure that the place that my child goes to for mental and emotional support is a healthy place. That's all.
But you can never do that if you're not living there. You can provide everything that man said and still not know what's going on in that house.
I mean, that's worst case scenario. I think but me, I'm like crazy optimistic. I'm hoping that this is going exactly where I'm just operating from the fact that she's not trying to manipulate me. This is one perspective I'm trying to operate from.
But see, from me looking at that post, it's saying that he's gonna make sure his baby mama, he's gonna do this and do this and do this and do this. Not even saying that, my baby mama is my priority. That's number one. My baby mama is my priority. No, the hell she's not your priority. Your kid is your priority.
The kid is the priority.
You know what I'm saying? So
this brother's telling you what his priority is.
Okay. No, well, that's his life. That's his life. But I'm speaking for me. For me. If I was in that situation, my baby mama is not my priority. My child is my priority. Right? Put that post back up. I wanna look at something. So meaning she comes before anyone. No. Listen, I understand what you're saying, Donnie. Just trying to make sure your kid is taken care of in all aspects. But I'm looking at what this man is actually saying. My baby mama is my priority, meaning she comes before anyone. It is my duty to make sure she is straight forever. Right mindset, bills paid, car note paid, money in her pocket, happy, and of course unbothered. She is a mother of my child, for Christ's sakes. Can't have her out down bad. What is she doing for herself?
He didn't say that post didn't say I'm paying everything. He said I'm making sure that it's taken care of.
Forever.
That means that, did you pay your bills this month? Is everything in the house good? Is you got your hot water?
What is she doing? What is she doing for herself? What is she doing for herself? Why he's the priority? She comes before everybody.
You know why it's interesting? Because last week we had Amber McGellen came on here and said, I may just have to stay single until my children are grown, because she's like, I have a responsibility to my children. Some men make the same sacrifice, even if the children aren't in their home, because they say I might need to stay single, which means I may not need to be in a space for the next 18 years to be in a relationship, because that means that my finances might have to go to this relationship. I need to be in a space to make sure that my child has everything they need. And this I'm just saying, this is where some people stand when it comes to parenting. My parenting is more important than my dating. My baby mom might be more important than my girlfriend until I'm married. And I get his perspective. I get it.
So check this out. Did you notice in that post, he didn't say anything about his child? He said everything about his baby mama.
Yes, I get it. Yes.
So even with what she was saying last week, she was saying, "Hey, I might have to stay single because for the sake of my kid and for the sake of getting in a relationship and protecting my child."
Yeah.
That post right there wasn't so much about protecting the child. That was saying everything about his baby mama, how he sees his baby mama.
If I was heard correctly, the thing that I'm trying to point out is the role the mother plays in the child's life. That's why she's so important.
But
that's
he didn't
all.
say that. But he didn't say anything.
That's why she is the priority. If not, he would have just said this woman is my priority. He said the baby mother. That's the role that she plays.
But he didn't say anything of I have to make sure my baby mama is taken care of, so my children is taken care of. He's saying his baby mama is his top priority. He didn't say anything about my kid is my top priority. So
at the end of the post, he said,
hold on for a second. He didn't say my child is my top priority. So in making sure my child is taken care of, I'm gonna make sure my baby mama is straight.
At the end of the post, he says, she is the mother of my child for Christ's sake. That is the point of everything he said above that. It concluded in this sentence. She is the child. She is the mother of my child for Christ's sake. This is all interpretation. We can't argue who's right or wrong because we're just interpreting it. I'm letting you know that I've seen this from a different perspective, and I can relate to that. I see what I interpret. I can see why he would come from that perspective because of the role of the mother to a child. Why you would want to make sure that garden is solid because the child is going to need certain things from that garden that you can't give it.
I understand that, bro. And you know, I'm in the same situation as you. You know, I came up the exact same way, you know what I'm saying, with just a mother and without a father like that. So I understand that. But what I'm saying is speaking from, you know, like I said, if it's about the child, like the way he started off, and I understand what you just said, he's saying that's the mother of my child. However, this man saying initially, when he initiated that statement, he's saying my baby mama
is my priority.
Is my priority.
Yes.
She's more important than anybody.
Yeah.
Whatever
I think it's admirable to a certain degree. If he's single and he ain't got no other woman in his life, like I think it's admirable. Just like I think it's admirable when Amber said, I might need to stay single until my children are grown. I think that people, when they have children, they make certain sacrifices because
I get it. I understand sacrifices, bro, but I just understand placement also. You know what I'm saying? For me, my child is my number one at that point, right? At that point, my child is my number one. I want to make.
Hold on, bro. Let me. I want to know if you'll make the same statement by changing one word.
Okay.
Our child. This is the issue. So if you say our child, then that helps you to maybe identify a little bit more important how important she is, because it's our child, it's not mine.
I understand how important she is. But because of the importance, because of how important she is, don't negate the fact that she still has to make sure she's taking care of stuff too. Like I said, if for my child, if I have to pick up the slack somewhere, that's a difference. That's a difference from picking up the slack to make sure my child is taken care of while she's in that home, or he or she's in that home, versus saying, hey, she's my top priority. I got to make sure my baby mama is good.
And I just want to add something to that. And as our child, then we should both be priority then, right? That should.
I was about to say, what if you saw a post from her saying the same thing, and my baby father is my priority? We just don't work together as a couple.
If both people are, like I said, if he's single and he feels that, because I want to say, like, again, it's all up to our interpretation, but I want to say that he wasn't trying to say that his priority was her above the child. I hope that's not what he was saying, but we'll just say that he wasn't saying that. He just meant that after the child, it's his baby mama. If that man is single and he can do that, go for it.
Or if it's with a woman that doesn't mind. I said, or if he's with a woman that doesn't mind.
Or that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or that. Again, I disagree, but I mean, to each his own.
Right. I was just about to say
my situation is different. So when I talk about things like this, I can only come from what I know, you know what I mean? Or what I know personally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my mindset is a lot different, and hell, I even say it may be jaded in certain areas from experience.
Yeah, I got you. I love these conversations because we take very limited information and have these very in-depth conversations, and they're gonna help somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people just don't give it enough thought. They're hell bent on this is immediately what I saw. This is how it is. In our conversations, we share these perspectives, and I feel like they're helpful for me. You know what I'm saying?
You want to know something crazy? I'm not gonna say. Wait, let me put it back up to make sure nobody's name was on there before I say what I'm gonna say. Can you put it back up? I don't know where that is.
Yeah, I got you, bro. No, no worries. Here you go.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
All right.
But yeah, you just got to be careful. You can take it down. You just got to be careful with because a lot of women that I saw that were commenting on these posts, it's like, now, are you looking for a free ride? Oh, girl, yeah. I need a baby daddy like that. Why? So you can just lay back and not have to do nothing?
Yeah.
Then you fall into a whole different category of woman.
Yeah, well, you know what time it is, fellas.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We still got to do our mental health component.
Always.
So here, I got a little something special for y'all tonight for mental health, man. I want you guys to enjoy this. So you guys, please buckle up and pay attention. This is how we're going to do our mental health segment tonight. Mike, don't put your head down. It's going to be great. Trust me.
You need to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy. Get yourself in therapy. I'm working on my trauma. I'm letting out my trauma. I'm releasing my trauma. Release. Let's talk about your childhood. Let me tell you what my therapist says. Sometimes I worry that my therapist doesn't like me. I got a second therapist to deal with my first therapist. Oh my God, the therapy. I think I'm going to be a therapist. I'm going to go to school and I'm going to be a therapist. When I learn about therapy, I'll have no problems at all. Therapy changed my life and it can change yours. Just use your credit card or your parents or your insurance. Never pay out of pocket. It's expensive. You need to go to therapy.
I'm sorry I wasted y'all lives tonight.
I should have known. I should have known not to trust you, bro. After the way you've been acting this evening, I should have known.
Mike, you need to go to therapy.
I do, and I pay out of pocket. That's the crazy thing.
It's expensive.
I love y'all, but I gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta get up, bro.
This nigga here, man. That's fine. You pray us out then, since you gotta go so bad.
No, go ahead, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all are wondering about therapy and need to get some psychological and mental help for real, this is a number you can call 988. This is our crisis number we put up at the end of every show. Sometimes you're going through some suicidal thoughts or crisis, or maybe the relationship was so bad that it has you in a place of depression. You don't have to go through this alone. We are advocates for you finding the help that you need. It can be in the gym. It could be at the shooting range. It could be a lot of different places, but just make sure that you reach out and don't try to do the tough part of your life by yourself. Reach out. The number is 988. Screenshot that. Send this to a friend who may be in need, even if you're not sure. It's better to be safe than sorry. We're seeing too many people struggling with mental health and taking their life these days, or going down very dark roads of alcohol and drugs, trying to cope with life. This is another way to cope. 988. Just want to give you that resource at the end of this episode. All right, Dub really left us.
The man got to get up at 3. Grace, didn't you just ask for grace? You can't give my brother no grace.
Why are you raising your voice at me, nigga?
Wow, you put that drink down when I told you to, though. Don't try to play.
Why are you not giving me grace?
Wow,
damn.
I always
damn.
See,
damn.
You ran out.
Did you run out?
You ran out.
Listen.
What you got for
and doing whatever they're doing. I just want
you praying us out, bro?
Thank you guys for tuning in. Maybe this will help. I'm out of here. These two gentlemen finish this off. Catch y'all next week.
All right, bro.
Rest well, bro.
Appreciate it.
Have a good first day, man.
Appreciate it, sir.
Yep.
Yeah. Prioritizing that job over your brothers. I get it. Nigga, hey, nigga, when that paycheck come, I'm come see you though. Love you, man. Love you. My light skinned nigga gonna get his own sandwich.
Man,
all right.
Shit.
We see some comments over here. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to maybe continue that discussion next week, possibly.
It's a good discussion, definitely.
It is a good discussion. I'll put this up.
I like that we all have different perspectives from our different upbringings, from our different experiences, and that's to me what makes this show. We all come from sometimes similar backgrounds, but we all have different experiences with a lot of things. You know what I mean? So when we talk about certain things, it may, like I believe Mai said, Michael sounds bitter. He may be a little bit, honestly, but I mean, there's a lot of bitter men out here who need to hear, oh, he's not like me. Maybe he,
bro.
You know, it's good vibes, man.
Yeah, nigga, I'm bitter sometimes too. Nigga, I like what Alicia said. She says, as a divorced mother, I never wanted the title of baby mama. I took care of our children, so my ex couldn't say he had to take care of me and our children. You can't give one person that much control when it comes to a child's observation of who is taking care of them, because one of the parents will say so. Unfortunately, that is the case for a lot of people, but we're definitely going to continue this conversation. Yeah. And I guess, you know, that's enough for tonight. So we can definitely get ready to pray it out, man. Me or you, Mike?
You got it.
All right.
You need to go to therapy. You need to go to
Father God, we thank you for the therapy that we got tonight through laughter and good, solid conversation. We thank you that the name of the show is Maybe This Will Help. We know, Father God, by faith, that something that was said was helpful. If it wasn't the laughter that someone needed just to get their mind off the stuff they're taking way too serious and just put their faith on it. I love laughter, God, because you said that we can cast our care upon you because you care for us. And when I cast my care upon you, it allows me the capacity to enjoy things in a way I couldn't if I was carrying that weight that I shouldn't be carrying. We cast it upon you, Father God. Help us never to lose our laughter in this life, in the struggles and things we have to face. Help us to remember that we're partnered with you and we can cast our care upon you, and that can keep our hearts full of life and full of hope. But anybody who's struggling mentally or emotionally with anything tonight, Father God, we pray, Lord, they reach out to the resource or 988, or they, go to you in prayer, or I pray they even have a community they can go to and get the support that they need. We thank you for letting us be on the air this long and not being canceled. We just thank you for these open and honest conversations. We really pray, Father God, the other men are watching and they're using this as an example to bond with their brothers as well. We do appreciate our female audience, but we definitely want to put that petition out there for the brothers and the other men out there as well, Father God. As we rest tonight, we pray, Lord, we have an encounter with you. Give us that needed word of clarity or comfort, Father God. Show us how we can be even more generous in this generation and walk in our purpose, knowing that you're going to supply all our needs according to your riches in heaven. If there's any place that we're worried, Father God, I pray, Lord, we just apply faith there. Just remember what your word has said concerning that situation. If it is child support or finding the right school for our children, or should I move out of state or take this new job or buy this other car, like help us to know we're never stuck in any situations, because miracles happen every day for those who have faith. Whatever situation we want to get out of, or we feel like isn't for us, Father God, I pray, Lord, we never feel like we have to sell our soul to obtain our dream, or we have to sacrifice, Father God, our what is the word? Our essence, maybe that's a good word for it, but the part of us that's beautiful. May we never allow our circumstances to make us ugly, to turn us into something that we're not. I've seen it happen in my life before, God, and you've rescued me from that. I pray, Lord, we just never make that trade-off, Father God, that we just trust you in a new way before we compromise our morals and our values. So we thank you for this night, Father God, and all those who stayed on to listen and watch and pray with us. May we receive that touch and that word from you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Man. All right. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
You need to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy. Get yourself in therapy.
Somebody fine looking nightgown you got on right there.